Each year, Motor Magazine gathers together all of the hottest hardware from the past 12 months, and a panel of expert judges spends 5 days putting these cars through a grueling test on the road and the racetrack. There's going to be plenty of heated debate, power slides, lots of action, lots and lots of destroyed tyres, and many, many bags of lollies. This is the 2021 Performance Car of the Year.
This is fun. This car is so much fun.
I'm a bit sweaty.
Before the fleet of 10 high-performance high achievers are let loose on the racetrack though, the judges have the equally important task of putting them through their paces on the public road.
If you've ever wondered how we capture some of the amazing cover shots for the magazine, then this is how. We're actually in the location of a dried up lake, and we've had some torrential rain and driving wind, so it might not stay dry for very long. But you won't get to see any of that in the pages of Motor Magazine. All you'll see are beautiful, flawless images.
I've driven all these cars, but it surprised me how fun they were to drive up and down.
Toyota Yaris really surprised me. I guess they figured out how to take what the 86 does and put it into a small hatchback. I was not expecting it to be as exciting as it is.
To ring the AMG's neck, the thing is just, it feels like rifle bolt precise. The steering is sharp, transmission responds instantly, and the engine just has so much to give.
My personal favourite on this road, in a real road, was the Ford Fiesta ST. That is such a willing little bull terrier, so much bark. It never bites you though.
M550i as well. It's a really demure looking car, but it's quick. And it's controlled. And you sort of can get really stuck in with that thing.
But when all the driver's licenses are safe and the road assessment is complete, it's time to hit the track and test each machine to its absolute limits. This year's venue is the storied and technical Winton Motor Raceway in Victoria's northeast. We have some pretty handy steerers in our panel of judges, but to be completely honest, there's no substitute for the real thing and a professional racing driver. And this year, at Performance Car of the Year, it takes the form of Carl Reindler. Carl, in the most humble, typical race car manner, why are you here?
Well, as you can see, we've got some pretty exceptional cars here, and I guess my role here today is to extract the absolute most out of every single one of them and see what they're capable of. It's a great circuit for it. I love this circuit. I've probably done thousands of laps around here in supercars in the past, cup cars, a variety of different race cars, but it's my first time here in road cars, so it's going to be a little bit different. It's got a bit of everything, which I love. You've got very fast sweeping corners, you've got change of direction, you've got curbs, you've got 90-degree corners. It's the perfect track to be able to test this array of pretty special vehicles. Every single vehicle here I haven't actually driven in anger, so to speak, at all. So I'm going to work it out on the out lap, and I'd be lucky if I get 2 laps to get the job done. But that's part of it, I think. I think it's how predictable are these cars? How much confidence do they give you? It's not just the lap time, it's so much more than that. There's some special cars. We've got the 911 Turbo S sitting behind us here, the fantastic AMG GTR Pro for the really high-end potent vehicles, but everything else that we've got here is seriously capable.
Up to this point, any standouts? Anything? We don't want you to give too much away, but what's been, probably better to put it, what's been a surprise of the day?
Oh, the surprise of the day, GR Yaris. It doesn't like a racetrack.
What's the element of it which it makes it so unsuitable?
I think you give it a lot of road, it starts to run out of tyre. I believe that the hardcore rally version will come out with a set of Michelins that happens to be on half of the cars here, and it seems to be lacking for some decent grip. And also, once you give it a lot of real estate and width on the road too, it becomes evident there's not really enough torque in that engine to make the all-wheel drive system really sing, and it's just kind of lacking those herbs, and it's hard to drive around the lack of front end grip and push.
But Louis, how's the day been going so far? Any highlights and standouts so far?
It's been excellent, mate. As you can see behind you, oh, well, actually not at the moment, but there's been some pretty special machinery, and highlights have been, the pics of the Audi R8 V10 along with the AMG GTR Pro. The Audi was just like it was on the road. It was really benign and friendly. For something with a V10 as well, it was really quick but also really forgiving, and that engine is just sort of worth the price of admission alone. And the GTR Pro, oh man, it was a cage fighter. It sort of had these amazing brakes, amazing powertrain, and then all this grip that you can feel right off center. So that thing was really nice to drive. And then you got something down when you go down to the lower ranges of our field. You got the Fiesta, and that was a lot of fun as well. So you can feel it moving around and at a much lower speed.
Scotty, it's not uncommon to see spare sets of tyres turning up with cars at Performance Car of the Year, but we normally expect that on cars that are hugely powerful and rear-wheel drive. Why did we get a spare set of tyres for the AMG A45, a four-wheel drive 2-litre hatchback?
Well done. I'm glad you asked. Thank you. So basically, as we're recording this, it hasn't yet been announced, but by the time you see this, it will have been announced that dealer fit option now for the A45 AMG is a set of Pirelli P0 Trofeo Rs. So Trofeo Rs are a very specialised set of tyres. They were on the HSVW1. They were an option for the Honda NSX for the McLaren P1. So they're really a track-focused semi-slick. And Mercedes has, for whatever reason, decided to offer them as a dealer option for those who like to go on track. They tried it at Phillip Island, and it was 3.4 seconds a lap quicker than the standard tyres. And given track component as part of Picotti, we thought we'd have them here, try them out, and saves us burning up the regular tyres.
And have you noticed much of a difference?
Yes, I mean, I haven't actually driven the car here on the regular tyres, but the good thing about the Pirellis is, or any semi-slick tyre, but particularly these, is they're just consistent. They don't overheat, they don't have the tread block shuffle like you do in a normal tyre. So they are made for the circuit use, and they live with it accordingly.
Looks like a ton of fun. Thanks for your time, Scotty.
Oh, pleasure.
You'll find all the action, extra features, and of course which car took out top honours at the 2021 Performance Car of the Year at the Motor YouTube channel. Sit back, hit subscribe, and enjoy with a nice cold glass of 98 Rom.